Hello everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here today. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look at VRA, which is Veracity. And before we do, we always want to look at Bitcoin, and today is kind of a special occasion too in that sense. I think it's important to understand kind of what's going on because Bitcoin is kind of selling off. Yes, we had that ramp up yesterday, but obviously today it's coming back down. I foresee this continuing just based on the fact that we've had a low volume over the past 72 hours. And ultimately, I don't think that we're going to see a lot of strength in Bitcoin over the next couple of days. So I hope I'm wrong, but if that were to be the case, price might retrace down, 60, 63,000. So just kind of be prepared for that. If not, that's okay too. Hopefully it holds at 64, but I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to decrease a bit further here. It just looks really weak here today. That being said, we're under the 50-day simple moving average. So, the 200's coming on up. That might be our saving grace. We'll see here soon. All right, so let's take a look here at Veracity. And just before we do, I want you to know I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but I do love teaching and I love helping people become better traders. I've been trading for over 15 years and my goal is to help you become a much more self-sufficient trader. So feel free to jump into my Patreon community and check that out, of course. Had a surge of members there and it's been a really awesome experience so far. Where I actually provide signals for every single trade that I take, but also just help educate you on best practice so you can become a better trader. Check that out in your own time. So Veracity one-day chart, let's take a look here. We've got the 50-day simple moving average kind of helping to save the price, right? The price is moving up with the 50. That's fantastic. The 50-day simple moving average on the one-day chart is a pretty strong moving average. What's also nice here today with that little ramp up, we're back up over 50 on the RSI, so that's no longer considered a resistance, it's more support. Moving on to the MACD, we have a potential MACD convergence. The price is swinging in an upward fashion there. The 12 is intersecting with the 26 in a potential upward fashion. It hasn't come to fruition yet, but when you see that on the one-day chart, that is a good sign typically for a long-term swing trade, right? That being said, it hasn't officially happened, but it's definitely making it look like it's going to happen soon, right? All good things. Now, of course, we have a bit of a retracement here in the last 8 hours. That's pretty standard for what happened with Bitcoin selling off. VRA seems to be bouncing back quite nicely so far, so we'll see how that works out soon. But on the 4-hour chart, we can see we've got a potential, well, it's more like a death cross, they refer to it as, but ultimately, this could swing back up and give us a golden cross, right? I don't put a lot of weight into those, but those do actually matter. They do impact the price in some cases, but that's just kind of a coincidence here today. Now, moving on to the resistance, though, if you see this is a previous all-time high right around, what, 8 cents? Or 8.1 cents if you round up, and you can see the price tried to test it and couldn't quite pass it. So it's effectively working as a resistance still at this point, which is what any resistance level will do or previous support level will do once it becomes that of a resistance. So all in all, I don't see a tremendous amount of negativity here. That perfectly makes sense to me, the resistance level, but it also makes sense that we're under 70 and above 50 on the RSI. So ultimately more bullish than bearish qualities so far. Let's take a look at the 1 hour and see kind of what's going on with the Ishimoku cloud. We're back above the cloud. Obviously, we had this really strong increase for 1 hour, and obviously something happened right there. So some type of big increase. Wow, how much was that? That's quite a lot. Geez, 25% pump in just under an hour. It makes sense as to why the price retraced back down. So just be mindful of that. Veracity does have a tendency of, I wouldn't say pumping and dumping, but that was definitely what happened. The price ramped up and somebody took a bunch of profit and they bought that dip there right around 68 cents. So we can see 68 cents is pretty strong support level. We'll go ahead and mark that. We can also see that we have a pretty strong support level here too at 62. So 62 and 68 cents are pretty rough estimates of strong support levels. Resistance, we'll see how this level here right around, what is that? 75 cents holds. So 75 cents holds, we'll see here soon. It should work itself into a channel sideways here and then go from there. But it's hard to really truly anticipate what's going to happen next. Honestly, just based on the fact that it just sharply increased and then came down as well, about 60% of its original starting point. So we'll definitely kind of keep a close eye on Veracity over the next few days. But what the bottom line here is that it's gaining momentum. It's getting back on the right swing. It's definitely looking better. It obviously sold off far too long for some strange reason, which is interesting because it came down. Well, it does make sense here. This is November 10th here, right? This is when Bitcoin first sold off. So we had that sharp sell-off and that kind of trailed off for 2 more days, and now it's kind of back up. So good news is here we are seeing higher highs and higher lows for now. So we'll see soon what the next 24 to 48 hours entails. but I would say at this point this is more bullish than bearish even still, even though we have that big surge. So let's go with the best case scenario, right? Let's just say over the next, 4 trading days, hypothetically, we might see a price range of somewhere upwards of about 10 cents as a better case scenario. But we want to keep in mind that this is a major resistance level here, right at about 8 cents, and that's an important place because it broke above previously a couple times, but it obviously couldn't hold. So if we break above, don't just think that we're all good and it's ready to set go. You want to make sure that that support level holds. Okay, so I'd say wait 24 hours, ensure the 1-day candlestick closes above that level, and you should be in good shape to consider to push the upside. But again, I would say best case scenario within the next week, we'll see about 10 cents. And within the next 2 to 4 weeks, it might be even larger, but we'll have to take another look at it again once it starts making, if it consistently makes higher highs and higher lows, and it can consolidate and close above 80 cents, then we're going to be in really good shape. Okay, it's just that 1-day candlestick close above that resistance level is very important. Okay, so hopefully you found benefit here. If so, like and subscribe. If not, that's all good too. Feel free to check out my Patreon community where I send out signals for every single trade that I take, and it's a really awesome trading community. We're all learning and growing together. So be sure to check that out in your own time. But I do want to thank you so much for your time. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.